It goes without saying that everyone will be familiar with the strange little dude, qbert, and his gymnastic leaping around. Back when I was a kid, something about the name and design of the character itself made me really excited to play, and I regularly got this one loaded up. The actual game, with its isometric boxes, bouncing death springy things, which I later learned was actually a snake, and fairly simplistic gameplay, was perfect for me as a small child, back in 1983. Originally developed by Gottlieb and Co. and published by Parker Brothers for the Commodore 64, the point of qbert is to hop around on a pyramid of cubes. When you hop, you change the colour of the cube tops, and your goal is to change all of the tops to a specific colour. You'll have to dodge balls that continually tumble down the pyramid, as well as more artificially intelligent creatures like Coily the snake, who I briefly mentioned earlier, and the mixed up duo of Ugg and Wrong Way, who hop around on the sides of the cubes as if gravity applied totally different to them. Aside from having a slightly faster movement speed, your only weapon in the fight against the bad guys is two discs that hover on the sides of the pyramid. Coily chases you wherever you go, and if you hop onto a disc before he can change direction, he'll hop off the side of the pyramid to his death, while the disc carries you back up to the top of the pyramid safely. Later levels, the enemies move more quickly, and the colours change on the cubes in a different way. Sometimes you'll need to hop on them more than once, and in later levels, the final target colour doesn't lock in, so subsequent hops will later change the cubes back to the wrong colour. Furthermore, there are destructive little green dudes named Slick and Sam, which have nothing else to do other than sabotage qbert's work by changing the colour of the squares. You can only avoid this by catching them, although they move pretty fast and are slippery and get away pretty easily. An eponymous, surreal, modernistic character, our horn-nosed hero leaps from square to square on the isometric field, changing the colour of the blocks he lands on. Change the colour of the entire map, and it's on to the next level. If you were wondering, the name qbert is supposed to be a combination of cube and Herbert. The arcade machine was equipped with speech output, which at the time was relatively rare. However, the characters all only utter some fantasy gibberish. Allegedly, it is said to have led to hoots with infantile, homophobe arcade fans with misguided fantasy in Germany that some of the gibberish of Ugg and Wrong Way sounds in German similar to the exclamation "Ihr Schwulen," meaning "you gays." Although the synthesized voices of the arcade are missing in this Commodore 64 version, the sound effects are still excellent. All of the various levels match the original about as closely as one could hope. I really think that this game has aged extremely well, and is as fun to play now as it was back in 1983. In fact, I'm very tempted to get it on the tiny arcade, following a quick search on Amazon. They look cool. Overall, a very faithful port of the arcade game, and once you get used to the controls, this is probably one of the best home versions around. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. A massive thank you for watching, and I'll leave you now with a cute little commercial for the game featuring Hose Nose himself. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Hope to see you in the next one. Until then, bye for now.
I'm qbert, and I've got all the right moves. I've got the legs, too. First an arcade game, now my own home video game. I'm ready for anything. Staying away from creeps like Ugg and Coily takes a quick mind and lots of fancy footwork. The longer I hop around, the more they're out to get me. Ugg! When they said fame would go to my head, they weren't kidding.
Now for all popular systems.
Not easy being qbert, but it's fun.